Hello, welcome to the Real Racquetball Show. This is game 27, and we want to thank you for taking time to watch the show. We've got some really good topics coming up, and I want to let you know that Maurice is in the green room. He's having some technical difficulty, but he'll be joining us as soon as he can. So we're going to go ahead and get started. A couple topics I want to talk about, mention up front, the Real Racquetball Champion. We're going to announce the October Real Racquetball Champion on the show later on this month, but we still need your nominations. So please send them to the email address that's on the screen, or will be popping up on the screen soon. There it is, cshane@usaracquetball.com. Anybody that's helping grow racquetball grassroots, that's working in your area, send us just a short description of what it is they're doing, and we will put them into the rotation for the Real Racquetball Champion nominations. So appreciate that, and we really appreciate everything that everybody's doing to help grow racquetball. It doesn't matter if it's indoor or outdoor; it's all racquetball. So send us your nominations. As you, if you're watching this, you saw the announcements. We changed the show time. There were a lot of people on the East Coast that it was a really late time, so we were going to try a new time for a little while and see how everybody likes this. So the new show time for the Real Racquetball Show going forward will be 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, 5 Mountain, which is 4 o'clock Pacific. So put that on your calendar and check out the show. We really appreciate all of the live participants. We love the comments and the people chatting and asking questions in the chat box. So if you've got a question that you want to know about USA Racquetball, about racquetball in general, about an event coming up, anything you want to know about racquetball or USA Racquetball, put it in the comments, send us an email, let us know, and we will absolutely address that and get your question answered for you. You probably saw in your email on Friday, I know I received mine, you would have received a survey from USA Racquetball. Please take some time, take a look at it. The pretty straightforward questions. A lot of it's on what you see as the priority in racquetball, and there are some really good questions in there that will help us deliver. The board is working on a couple major projects. Strategic planning is one of them. It's what prompted the survey. The board really wants to know your input and your thoughts on what you feel, what the priorities are. As you know, it's been a really tough year or so. Resources are very limited. So we want to make sure that we're putting the resources we have into the projects and what you believe to be what will help racquetball the most. So go into the survey. There's a couple places that are just open answers. You can type in what you think you would like to see. Answer all of the questions if you would, please. Some of them are specific to information that we need to provide to the USOPC about the demographics of our membership. So take a look at it. You should have received it on Friday. Fill that out. Just takes a couple moments. There's not a lot of questions in it. It probably didn't take me but 2 or 3 minutes, and I filled mine out and sent it in. So really appreciate the feedback on that, and that helps us make sure that we're doing what our membership wants done. So I'm going to invite in for our next topic a special guest. Most all of you probably know Renee Isherwood. So Renee, welcome to the Real Racquetball Show. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
It's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Well, the topics we have are right in line with your expertise. So first one is, as a lot of people have seen, the IRF worlds have been changed, combined, some strange things going on with COVID around the world. And the IRF is working really hard to make sure that these events still happen. So they're moving them to areas that are less impacted. So if you want to talk a little bit about kind of what happened with the IRF Worlds and even as far as that, the Pan Am Championships.
Sure. So USA Racquetball made the decision to not send a team to Park in Bolivia. There were several factors that went into that. And COVID was a really big concern for us. The World Championships have now been combined with the adults and juniors. They will be held the end of November and running through December 11th, and our junior team will fly home on the 12th. They're going to run concurrently, so we're going to start with the adults. Then they'll run concurrently with the juniors for a few days. Once the adults are ended, the juniors will finish up their tournament. And again, everything ending right around December 12th. So the big announcement of the night for that is our actual team delegation for the adult team.
Yep.
So we have, in men's singles will be Alex Landa and Rocky Carson. Men's doubles will be Charlie Pratt and Jake Bredenbeck. And women's singles will be Kehlani Lawrence and Rhonda Rasick. And doubles will be Erica Mania and Rhonda Rasick. And some of you are maybe wondering why it's not Charlie and Rocky. Rocky talked with Coach Jim Durham, and they came to the decision together that Rocky really wanted to focus on singles. Worlds is the only qualifier for the World Games for next year. And what they do is take the top 16 of men, top 16 of women. And if you're in that top 16, you qualify for the World Games in Birmingham, Alabama next summer. It is not per country. It is for that one person individually. And that was Rocky's focus, was singles so that he can get into the World Games.
Yeah, fantastic. That's a really strong team. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch and really exciting to have happen. Now, if I understand, they're at least from what we've heard, is that the adults will start off and they'll play a lot of their competition before the juniors start. Is that still in the works? Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's still what we're anticipating. The way that we've been talking about it internally is we're thinking that it'll be the pool play, and then the actual bracket part will actually come down to when the juniors start playing their pool play, and then ending with the juniors afterwards. But yeah, we anticipate that pool play just to be the adult part, and then combine when the juniors come in.
Great. Okay. And you'd mentioned that the official invitation should be out fairly soon, and once it's out, we'll have exact dates and times and all that kind of information. I assume that'll all happen at the same time?
Yeah, we anticipate getting the official invitation from the IRF sometime within the next week to 10 days.
Okay.
We know that they're working on it. We have been in constant communication with the IRF and know that it should be here within about a week.
Great. So once that information's out, we'll make sure that it's put out to the public as quick as possible. We know everybody's going to want to put that on your calendar and watch that. The anticipation is it'll all be streamed from Guatemala City.
Yes.
So be exciting to see. It's been a long time since we've had an international competition. They seem to there's so many struggles with COVID, and they're still going on. And internationally, it's a challenge for them. They've got a lot of considerations, safety, competition. We got to make sure the athletes can get in and not get quarantined and be able to get out of the country. So
absolutely,
a lot of different things happening with that. So,
one of the other parts to announcing the team is that we're also announcing that we are kicking off a 2021 adult and junior team world team fundraising campaign. And what that entails is we have some great benefactors here in the sport who have generously offered to match donations of $100 or more, up to $2,500. And we've got a great photo similar to the one that you see that you saw a few minutes ago of the team, that is going to be signed by some of the team members. And for those people who donate over $100, you'll get an autographed U.S. adult team delegation photo. So we're going to start that kickoff actually starts tonight. Stuart, if you want to pop up that link to the website for people to be able to donate. And like I said, we have great benefactors. Both Stuart Solomon and Cheryl Kirk are benefactors and have generously offered to match donations of $100 or more.
So if you donate $100 or more, it's like you're donating double that. So everything you donate is really appreciated. The trip to Guatemala for the team to go and stay for that length of time is expensive to do, and we've always been very appreciative of our wonderful donors. Each year we have the campaign to raise money for Team USA, and we've always had a great success. Our members and non-members have always been great supporters of Team USA and their travel and competing internationally. And like you said, this one's really important because it's the only qualifier for the Worlds next year in Birmingham. So
Right.
the link to the donation site is in the comment section. So you can go to the comment section, click on that link, should take you right to the donation page. And we really appreciate anything you can do. Every dollar helps, and we want to make sure we get our team there in first class style. So,
And people ask, what those funds are used for. They're used to help cover the cost. So we pay for the entry fees for all of the adults and the juniors. So your donations will go towards covering the entry fees for both the adult and the junior team. And we have a goal this year to raise $15,000 for this event. So we are on our way with those benefactors with the matching. So get your matches in.
Fantastic. All right. The next topic we want to talk about real quick is another really exciting program we just launched this last week. You should have received an email about it, seen it around. If you don't, it's the new athlete development program. It's a USA Racquetball program. It's being supported by donations, and we really appreciate the generosity of our members and our supporters to help this program get started. We anticipate it lasting for several years. And Renee, if you want to talk a little bit about what the eligibility is and see if we can answer some questions. I know we had several questions come in, and I think before you start on that, I think Maurice is in the waiting room and ready to come in. So Maurice, are you available? There he is. How you doing, Maurice?
I'm fantastic. How y'all doing?
Doing fantastic. Good to see you. Hope all's going well for you.
Life of a father.
All right. Well, Renee's going to tell us a little bit about the new athlete development program. So go ahead, Renee.
Sure. So this is open for U.S. citizens that are current national team members, prospective national team members, champions of the. So it's. Let me start over. Sorry. Current national team members, national team members that are prospective that are currently playing on the IRT or LPRT tours that are in the top 16 of their rankings. So I know that there are a few of our men that are in there. And the champions of the junior national championships 18 and under division in singles. So it's a really exciting program. It gives them a $500 almost refund type of thing for them to travel to various events around the country, participate, and their qualifying events. They could be any of our national championships. They could be specific IRT, LPRT tour events.
Cool. Well, it's a really neat program, and it's up to 5 events a year. So it's up to $2,500 per qualifying athlete. And I really, one of the things I really love about it is that it includes the junior champion, 18 and under division, to encourage them to get onto the tour, go play some of the events. The intent of the program is to give those athletes a little assistance to help pay some of the expenses to go in and the tier 1 tournaments have what are supposed to be the best of the best for the IRT and LPRT. And you need that competition if you're going to go compete on the U.S. team internationally. So this gives them a chance to go compete several times a year. And we really, from the feedback we've gotten, we think it's going to be a really successful program.
It's great for somebody like Annie Roberts, who is finishing out her junior program.
Mm-hmm.
She just won girls 18 singles. She's making her last junior worlds appearance this December. And since she was the winner of girls 18 singles, she's actually eligible for this too. So it's really exciting for somebody like her who plays in some of those LPRT stops to be able to get this. Yeah.
And any of the American players, athletes that are in the top 16 of the IRT or LPRT. So got to break into that top 16, and then we'll be able to help get you to a few other events.
So some more incentive for me to keep playing. I see.
There you go.
All right.
And the details are on the USA Racquetball website. If you want to look it up, all the specs on what the qualifications are. If you're not certain, send Renee or myself an email. We are really happy to get you some information about it. So it looks like Joanne Pomadero, appreciate you watching, but this particular program at this time doesn't include the Masters divisions. I'm sorry. Maybe it's something we'll propose down the road, but right now we're looking for the juniors and the athletes that are on the team or working to be on the team. So maybe keep working. All you got to do is break the top 16, Joanne. It's not excluding anybody. So, and she had put out a shout out for Renee. Says hi, Renee. So, all right. So, any other questions about the athlete development program? Put them in the comment box. We'll make sure we get them answered for you. All right.
So that one. So let's say, so obviously we went to, was it Iowa? Tremendous matches that were there, right? You could say Josh Shea was playing 16s. So you're saying if he wins that 1800 division, he could keep going through and really?
Yeah. All you have to do is win the 1800 division. Doesn't matter if you're 16 or not. Because if you're good enough to break up and win that 1800 division, we want you playing on the IRT or LPRT tours.
Wow. This is, I mean, it's for some of the kids, you know, let's say they want to be a national champion, right? You got even more incentive, like you're saying, to win. And then now you can go play some pro events. I mean, Andy played some. I know Aaron's played some. Timmy Hansen, this might help him get out there for a little bit for some good ones. This is going to be interesting.
And Josh was close. He and Vedant didn't win boys 16 doubles, but they won boys 18 doubles.
Mm-hmm.
So they were playing in both divisions. So, you know, he's right there on that edge of being able to be eligible for this.
Yeah. And one of the nice things is it's not just the IRT or LPRT event. It also, one of the qualifying events is the adult team qualifier events. So national doubles, national singles, any event that we have that is a qualifier event, you can use this money for that event also. So we want to incentivize them and help all those athletes get to those events. It's not going to change anybody's financial outlook, but by golly, if it'll help out a little bit, give a little bit more incentive, every little bit helps.
Definitely helps.
All right. Well, Renee, thank you very much. Appreciate your expertise and all of your input. And we will talk again really soon.
Great seeing you all, and see you at the US Open.
Bye, Renee.
Bye.
What's up, Mike?
So, what's new other than the time?
So, the time, for one, that was, you know, snuck up on me there, but you know, anyway, we're going to deal with that. But no, everything's good. Like I said, father stuff is, you know, got in the way, which I'm going to choose father stuff first. So I was able to carve out a little bit of time. Weekend's been okay. US Open coming up pretty soon, you know. Can't wait to see you out there competing, you know. Slide your name. I'm going to text Doug and be like, hey, we got Mike wants to play such and such division. You know, can you slide him in there for me?
Yeah, I think Mike's probably not competing.
How about you? How everything's going? Everything's good with you?
I would love to, and actually, I'm really working hard. I've got to get back on the court and get playing. A lot of things going on personally, but it's time to get back playing. Get back in the racquetball court, because I really would love to be at the U.S. Open playing. I really would. I've never competed at the U.S. Open.
What?
I think I've attended 15, 16 of them, and I've never played at it.
Why?
I don't know what.
Half the fun.
I know.
What?
I know.
So wait, have you ever hit on the glass court, like just to go hit?
I've not. No.
All right.
I've not. I will someday.
You said this year? Because, you know, I got extra rackets. That's nothing if that's the case. Rackets is nothing.
We'll see. We'll see. we are, speaking of the U.S. Open.
Yeah, sorry.
We are. No, I'm just going to say, we're doing our next show. The Game 28 is October 4th. We're going to do it live on the floor during the setup of the U.S. Open. So everybody that wants to watch, ought to be an interesting. We're going to set up and see what kind of hammering and nailing we can hear in the background.
The setup of the court. I've done tear down and setup. It is something to watch.
Yeah. Well, we should be able to get some of that on camera. I think it'll be interesting for people to kind of see the inside of how that's being built and how it's done each year. It's a major undertaking to put that thing together. When you walk into it, it looks impressive, but there's a lot of parts and pieces to it. Let's see. Let's bring Connor in. Next guest is Connor Shane, Director of National Events. Welcome to the show, Connor.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up, C-Man?
What's going on?
Yeah. Talking about racquetball and big events coming up.
I know. I heard there that you may be playing in the U.S. Open. Did I hear that right?
No, I will not be playing the U.S. Open.
Wait, since you two were playing doubles, mind you. What?
Oh, yeah, I guess I got to find a new partner now, Mike.
Yeah. Well, I think Maurice would probably fill that space really well.
I'm always
Maurice, I don't think you're prepped to play the D division.
Hey, left-handed. I'm not qualified.
Yeah. Just go ahead and drop my self-esteem a little bit lower too. Left-handed play, that's great.
Really? So left-handed, I'm probably a B player. I'd probably play Bs. Yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine just knowing there's a lot of the mental part that you just don't lose. It's just it's hard to play left-handed for a while, and it was tough.
Yeah.
Well, Connor, tell us a little bit about. We've got some dates we want people to save, and we need to start ramping up and getting people looking forward to next year's national championship. So, tell everybody a little bit about that.
Yeah, we do. The obviously everybody's top of the mind right now is the U.S. Open. We're flying. I fly out on Friday. I'll be there for about 3 weeks total. Prepping for the U.S. Open, I'll be there for setup, and then the entire event too, because as most of you know, the U.S. Open will come under the USA Racquetball purview next year. But right after that, we're going to really start ramping up for national doubles. So next year's national championship schedule should look as it did in 2019 prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. National doubles is going to be in Tempe again. Super excited for that. We did, I know I told you, Mike, but I don't think I told you, Maurice. We did a little survey at the end of 2019 about national doubles and thought about, the question came up, why not move around national doubles? It's a big event. Moving around events allows us a lot of access to money, from different cities who want to bid on it. And the resounding response from that survey was don't move it. People absolutely love Tempe. It was like 98% of people said, please don't move it. So we're not moving it. So we're back on Tempe. Yeah, we got the Moxie and the Graduate contracted already. Super excited for those two hotels. I think that's everybody's favorite. And we've got our Saturday evening 9 p.m. event planned to the Graduate as well. So all that's already secured. ASU is, for the most part, looking all right. Many people know that Delta variant has been a little bit interesting to try and contract any sort of sporting events. It's been injecting a lot of fear in tourism bureaus and venues. So that's been difficult, especially on university campuses. It's been very hard. But ASU they're good to go for the most part. They're excited for our event. And then right after that, that was February 2nd through the 6th. I don't know if I mentioned that, but definitely save that date.
Mark your calendar down, everybody. It's unless things go really crazy, that is going to happen.
And I mean, if any time that we, we're going to follow the same metrics we have the last year and a half, anytime we see something that's a little bit strange, we'll let everybody know and say, look, we may see some changes, but as of right now, we're 100% moving forward.
Yeah.
And then National High School Championships. So as that one was one of the ones that was postponed last year, but it'll be in St. Louis this year. So we're super excited. They missed it. They missed their 2020. That's when it would have been slated. So we're going to go ahead and send it right back to St. Louis in 2022. And that is March 2nd through the 6th. So 2 years ago, that would have been that was Portland. It was the week earlier. So mark your calendars. It's 2 through 6 March, and that'll be at St. Louis, just as it is usually. So go ahead and mark those dates for you.
Yep, absolutely. And we're working on all the other championships. Some of the venues are a little hesitant to sign contracts, and we don't really want to, announce dates or locations without a really good, solid contract in place. So we'll have those out just as soon as we possibly can. But we wanted to get the first 2 on your calendar. I've got a couple of folks in the comment section. Steve Castleberry, the top male players confirmed in the U.S. Open. I haven't looked at it lately, but last time I did, it was pretty much all of them. I don't know of anybody that isn't going at this point. So I think typically the list gets put out before the event starts, so you'll see all the draws and the brackets and all that kind of stuff here pretty quick. But just from what we're hearing and seeing, I think all of the top players are scheduled to play. Kip Atwell, thank you for watching. He's got a question about need a time lapse when you start to finish. Now, and Kip, we're actually going to videotape the entire construction. Connor's going to set up a camera, and we're going to video the entire thing. So I think the time lapse would be really cool to put up. So
that is definitely going to be some a very cool piece we're going to launch right after the Open.
Yeah, that'll be fun because I think that'll be watching Maurice run around in high speed, putting nuts and bolts and holding pieces of glass up. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh man,
I agree. Can't wait.
Appreciate your input. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And speaking when we're talking about save the dates and those type of things, I see that Mike Coulter is watching. Hello, Mike. Hope you're having a good time.
Hey, Mike.
Want to make sure we mentioned that 3-wall ball is 5 weeks out. They start building the courts, which again, I say that every time we talk about 3-wall ball, how fascinating it is that they actually build all those courts just for this event, and they'll start building the courts out in a couple weeks. So if you don't have your tickets bought and your entries put in yet, it's time. Get out to Vegas. We are looking forward to seeing you out there. Renee, Connor, myself will all be out there cheering the people on out in the sun, enjoying some Las Vegas weather. So get your entries in. So it'll be a fun event. I know a lot of the top players are all scheduled to go out there and play also. So you can go ahead and watch some racquetball, some real high-level handball, paddleball, and this year for the first time, they're even going to add some pickleball in there. So pretty cool stuff. I'm looking forward to going out and seeing everybody outside. So, Connor, I saw that we want to make sure everybody knows about the new sponsor that sponsors very, very specifically focused on Team USA. So tell everybody about this new sponsor that you got for the Team USA members.
We do, yeah. This one is the one that I've been working on since May. It's called Intent Brands, and it's a fantastic couple out of Arizona. They own Intent Brands, and they've developed Intent, all caps, is a trio of circadian beverages. It's supposed to help with your sleep cycles, and it's all organic, totally natural, designed for high-performing athletes, specifically within the high-performing sports that may or may not have regulations for drug testing and stuff like that. So it's all clean nutrients. It's like I said, it's organic, and it is in a 3-part series. So wake up, afternoon pick me up, and then a melatonin infused one at night. So far we have a great promo. The originally the one who brought it to my attention was our team athlete Rhonda Racek. Had used it, loves it, and so introduced me to them, and then we had multiple conversations, but they were extremely interested on focusing their sponsorship on the U.S. national team only. So typically when we look at sponsors, we look federation wide, right? And that's just the standard model that everybody uses, right? It's the sponsoring USA Racquetball, it's federation wide. But after talking to them, we felt that it was very, very cool idea to have them pinpoint the U.S. national team adults. specifically. And so what they're doing, is providing all of our qualified current Team USA national team adult members product every single month for the duration of the partnership. So far, that partnership's 2 years. Deliveries to their house, stuff like that. And then they're also providing cash that is going to directly fund, offset some of the Team USA travel. So that funding is earmarked for Team USA adult travel. We're not allowed to use it for any other purposes. And they're super excited about that. I think the athletes so far are enjoying it. It's nice that this is going to be, from my understanding, the first partnership that we have done specifically for the U.S. national team from an outside company that is not endemically racquetball. And so the athletes are super excited about that. I'm super excited about that. It seems like the feedback is pretty cool, but they're pretty awesome. They're doing promos for us too. Also, we're going to have a discount code. So if you want to try it, go ahead to their website. We have that in the press release, and they're offering a 25% discount to anybody who wants to buy some product.
Good deal. And it's great. And you mentioned something that made me think about as Renee was talking about the Team USA fundraising stuff going on, much like this particular sponsorship. When someone donates to a specific cause, the sponsorship specific to the Team USA, it limits where that money can go. It has to be spent on, like the money that's given here, travel for Team USA. So this will be spent on getting our athletes to Guatemala for the Worlds. And the fundraiser for Team USA, all of that money is very specifically targeted. It's a dedicated donation that cannot be used for anything except for what it's donated for. Right. So you can, donate in confidence that if you designate that to the Team USA fundraising campaign, that money absolutely will go to the Team USA. So
yeah. No, agreed. And it's, as responsibilities, I know you two know this, 501c3 nonprofits, our budgets are public. Anybody can go and read all of our numbers. Now, the partnership contract is confidential between us and Intent Brands, of course. But the funding itself absolutely is locked for adult team national travel or international travel. Yeah. That's it.
So we just want to make sure everybody knows that it's, legally, that's the way it has to be. Those are designated dollars. They can only be spent for what they're designated for. So,
but I'm excited. It's cool. I've used the product. I love it. They're going to do a lot of, they're a little bit more of a developing company. So they're excited for the young and social media pushes and the TV pushes and stuff like that, kind of that new market of marketing and advertisement. So I'm pretty excited to see some athlete promos.
It'll be a lot of fun to talk with the athletes at the Open and kind of get their feedback for what they think of the product so far. I know that you said Rhonda's been pretty positive with it, so we'll see what some of the others think. All right, next topic we want to talk about is the U.S. Open. We mentioned it a little bit about the court being built, all the things coming up. Really important deadline coming up this Wednesday, September 22nd. That evening is the deadline to enter the U.S. Open. So if you're planning to play, you've got until Wednesday night. I believe it's like 11 p.m. is the cutoff time that it will automatically shut off entries. So don't hold out anymore. We know a lot of the hotels are filled up, but there are still rooms available. Check each of the different host hotels, and there are rooms downtown you can still get. We want as many people as we come out and play. This is it's a 25th anniversary. A lot of celebrations happening. One of the ones that we've added just recently, if you've probably seen some of the promotions about it, if not, the Hall of Fame induction ceremony is Friday the 8th. It's at the Embassy Suites. We're providing breakfast. Breakfast will start at 7:30. The induction ceremony starts at 8 a.m. It's free to go. Any of the athletes, we want everybody to come and help us celebrate the 4 athletes that are being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Jason Menino, Hank Marcus, Kelly Bean, and Greg Peck are all being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And this is going to be a really, really fun celebration. I know most of the athletes and most of the people watching have had a chance to meet these athletes throughout your career. And this is going to be a lot of fun. These are some really interesting athletes, and you're going to get to hear some phenomenal stories. So come enjoy it's a full breakfast. It's free to attend, but we do require a ticket. We just need to know who's going to go, so we make sure we've got enough breakfast provided for everybody.
Right. Yeah. It's in the embassy too. I don't know if you mentioned that one.
It's at the Embassy Suites, which is one of the host hotels. But go to Eventbrite. The link is in the comments. If you don't find it in the comments or you watch this later, go to the website and the carousel at the top of our website. There's a link for the Hall of Fame. Just go in there, click your free ticket, just so we can count you and know that we're going to have you there, and we want to make sure that everybody's got breakfast that wants to come and attend. We anticipate the program to probably be hour and a half-ish. Kind of depends on how long some of the athletes talk about their career. But if you've not attended one of these, it is phenomenal. It is really a fun celebration to induct these athletes into the USA Racquetball's Hall of Fame. So dress up, come and visit with us. Then you can put your shorts back on and go out and play. So it is a dress-up affair. We want to make sure that we give these athletes all the respect they deserve for their induction into the Hall of Fame. Okay.
Agreed.
Some of the other things that are going to happen, I know there's a past winners celebration. I don't have a lot of the details on it yet. I know Doug's going to put some information out, but all of the winners that have won a U.S. Open are going to be at Minneapolis. They're going to be there, and he's going to have a celebration to celebrate all the past winners of the U.S. Open. And that is really going to be phenomenal. So these are some of there's a player party on Saturday night. I believe it's going to be at the Poorhouse. It always has been in the past. I'm pretty certain that's where it's going to be. And again, that's one of those, if you've not attended that, you really ought to go. It is a really large facility. They've always had live music at it. It's a great celebration. A lot of fun hanging out with all the racquetball players. So player party's a lot of fun. Sponsor doubles, Wednesday, 6 p.m. He's got, I believe, 32 amateur athletes are going to compete with 32 of the pros, both men's and women's. For all the money raised goes to St. Jude. A lot of fun, really cool stuff. It's a neat event to watch, and that's going to be Wednesday evening. So make plans to go watch that. It's fun to watch some of these amateurs play with the top players, because some of the players take it serious. Others really are just there for the fun and enjoyment of it. It kind of depends on how the amateur wants to play.
Yeah,
I've got several friends that are playing. In fact, one of my friends, I call him a friend, I'm not sure, Roscoe Halsey, won the amateur doubles. I think it was 19, I think. He won that. And so it's all about whether the amateur wants to play hard or play for the fun of it. And usually the pro will accommodate that well. So that'll be fun. We have a leadership social for state board tournament directors, anybody in a racquetball leadership position. Thursday night, 6 to 8. It's at the Target Center. Come up, there's a cafe just as you come in the door of the Lifetime. And we always have 30 to 40, 50 people show up for that. So if you're wanting to just socialize with some of the racquetball leadership, different states, talk about best practices a little bit, stop by. Again, it's Thursday night, about 6 to 8. We'll be a very casual time. Stop in, have a drink, grab something to eat. We provide some snacks and a beverage for everybody. So come out and say hi to us.
Steve jumped in there too again, Mike. I don't know if you saw that. The fastest serve contest possible at future U.S. Opens. I like that idea a lot.
We used to hold that at some of my IRT events. I bought a speed gun, and I think with the glass court, if we could find some time to do it, it'd be the way to go.
I love that.
And put some prize money into it. I think it's a great idea. I love it. We used to have a ball at Mike loved doing that.
I feel like that would get just as competitive as some of the like speed bowling. They try and throw it down the alley as fast as possible.
Yeah, and it was fun because there was always the amateurs and some of the open level players that just really thought they were something special. And we'd get one or two of the pros to enter it, and it never was really all that close. It was a lot of fun. So,
Love that.
Steve, we appreciate the idea. We will
Yeah, love
we
that.
will absolutely work on that and see if we can't get that put in. I think that'd be a fun, especially if we do it as a fundraiser or something for St. Jude or something like that.
Yeah.
It'd just be a lot of fun to do. So great idea. Appreciate the input. Any other thoughts on the U.S. Open? Did I miss anything? I know there's a lot of activities. Doug's got all kinds of things planned. As we said, it's the 25th anniversary. It's Doug's last year. He's retiring as the tournament director. So we want to come out and support him and celebrate everything that Doug's built this U.S. Open to be. So it'll be fun. I think everybody, Maurice, you're going, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we've given everybody that's in the chat. We appreciate everybody that's come and had comments about it. Always love seeing what people are thinking about and doing. So come on there, give us your suggestions. Let us know what you think. We really want your input, and we want to know what questions you have. Doesn't matter what it's about. If it's about racquetball, put it up. Let us know. We will answer your questions. I want to give a real big shout out. The newsletters came out on the 15th. I hope everybody received that. If you didn't, please reach out to Renee. They put an enormous amount of work into putting that out. A lot of writing goes into it, and it takes a full 30 days to put that together each month. And we're pretty proud of the way it's turned out. It's a lot of good information. There's a lot of information about what the board's doing, what WAR's doing. We've got sections on it every month about WAR. So make sure you take a look at it. If you've got suggestions or ideas or thoughts you'd like to have put into the newsletter, or you'd like to see on the Real Racquetball Show, reach out to us, please. We're always open for ideas. So the next show, like I said, Game 28, is October the 4th. It's at Monday of the U.S. Open, and we will all be there. And our intent is to set up and do the show with all three of us together, and do it on the floor of the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Target Center. I think
It'll
it's going to be
be,
a lot of fun.
I'll do my best to find a nice spot so we can see the overview of the court, but we might have to have earphones because I have a feeling it'll be a little loud. But
yeah, that's all right. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be fun to show people around. We may get Maurice to take his phone and walk around and show everybody what it looks like being built.
Yeah.
And then we'll, of course, everybody that'll be there see what it is after it's built, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited. So that's all I got for you guys. But if you need anything else, as everybody knows, feel free to email me or let me know. I appreciate you having me on the show.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate you coming on, Connor. Thank you.
Hey, Connor.
All right, Maurice, what do you think?
2 weeks. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh,
It's obviously you want to be there, right? But it's also like, man, do I have enough time to prepare? Like, I've been prepared. It's like you just want to be, as an athlete competing, you just want to be as ready as possible. But then at the same time, there's going to be so many people I haven't seen in a while. Even seeing you guys, like, yeah, we Zoom or I get to see you on the show, but it's another thing when we're in person. There's just it's so much more than just a racquetball tournament.
Yeah, it really is. And that's the great thing about racquetball and events like the U.S. Open or all the national championships or even the local tournaments that we've missed so much over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Is you get to go see everybody you don't get to see.
Yep.
And I didn't realize how much I would miss that until it was taken away.
Yeah.
And I really do. The social aspect of racquetball is what got me playing racquetball. So it's kind of now that things are getting back and I get to go see people. Stuart put it real well in the comments that the U.S. Open is going to be a family reunion. We're going to get to see everybody that you haven't seen in a long time. And you're right. It's so different than a Zoom call. I believe that in meetings. Firm believer, if you're a really good meeting, you're going to be in attendance. they don't all need to be, but dadgum, it's different.
Yep, for sure.
Yep. So, all right. I think we can wrap it up. Glad you could make it, and certainly agree that family time comes first. We will always hold your space, but we will fill in when you've got family duties. Absolutely understand that.
I appreciate that, because that's what I'm about to go back doing now. But everybody watching the feed, please like it, share it, get it out to as many people as possible.
Absolutely.
Who wouldn't want to see Mike's face all the time? Like, come on. I'm just saying. Got to see
They're like the show. We love doing these. It's a lot of fun just to come on and talk about racquetball. We love your input, and we're going to keep looking for special guests that'll come on and entertain you, tell you something new about racquetball. All right. So until we all get to Minneapolis, stay safe, stay on the court. When you've got a chance, reserve your court. It's how most clubs measure how much court use there is. So whenever you're going to go play, reserve the court. Make sure that the reservation book is solid all the time. Okay? Get out and play some racquetball and introduce somebody new. Maurice, take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody.